Rev up your engines!
Brandon Aguero says, Scotty, what's your opinion on the 1999 Lincoln Navigator Luxury Edition? Okay, if you want a big, giant SUV, hey, they can be decent vehicles. Just the other day, Tuesday, I uploaded a video about the brand new Expedition, which is pretty much like that Platinum Max that gets 23 miles a gallon on the highway. It's a V6, but it's EcoBoost. It's got 450 horsepower. If you want a big, giant vehicle and you don't care that much about in-town gas mileage, because they all get horrible gas mileage in town. They're big and heavy and you can't get out of that. They can be good, but it's old. It's a 99, so, you know, the thing is what? It's 20 years old. You don't want to pay a whole bunch of money for a 20-year-old car, you know. If it's in decent shape, go ahead and buy it. And especially if you're not driving a lot of mileage, you don't have to worry about the gas mileage if you're not driving that much. I got many older customers who drive them. They say, don't care, we only drive 2,000 miles a year. We don't care what the price of gas is. I don't blame them either. They're older, what do they care? Berman Hitman says, what do you think of small SUVs like Capture or Juke? I'm thinking about buying one because of crappy roads, but I'm sure of the overall reliability. Okay, if you want to buy those, you can buy them new and keep them for 100,000 miles or less, and they'll probably be trouble-free. But with those, again, I would warn people, road test them first. See if you like how they ride. Because a lot of the small ones like the Juke, they ride pretty crappy. And you might not like the way that they ride. You know, you're better off with a Toyota or a Honda than you are with those cheaper made ones. But if you don't mind the way they ride and you're going to buy a new one, heck, go ahead and buy one if you're only going to drive it for a certain period of time. They won't last 200,000-300,000 miles like a Toyota or a Honda, but they can last for 100,000 miles, and people don't care if they feel that's fair. Flava for you says, Scotty, I'm afraid to do a transmission fluid flush on a 2010 BMW with 100,000 miles. Yes, you'd be very smart to fear flushing that. BMWs, one, they use a very special fluid that only the BMW dealers sell, and they're such evil swines. I tried to get some, and they said, oh, Scotty, we can't sell you any in a quart because we're not a rebanded reseller, and we buy them in 50-gallon drums, and you would have to buy a 50-gallon drum and pay us, you know, $1,500. I said, I'll send it to you. You guys are a bunch of crooks anyways. Never flush your BMW anyways because it can damage it. You would just drain and refill. And you have to use their fancy fluid. And if it's never been done, I would definitely do it now, but I would just drain and fill. I would not flush. Morgan Bright says, question, is it true some mechanics treat cars that are clean better? I don't know, maybe some anal neat freaks do. I treat them all the same, you know. Sometimes people get mad at me and say, oh, you don't treat those cars like babies. They're not babies, they're freaking machines, and I fix them for a living, you know. They're not babies. You know, you don't put talcum powder on them. They're machines, you know. You fix them. That's all there is to it. Sometimes you have to use force, sometimes you don't. But yeah, what a lot of it comes down to is some mechanics, they have customers that all have really expensive cars and charge them a fortune. So they make a point of never getting the car dirty, and a lot of them, they will wash and polish the car before they give it back to the customer. Me, it's like, hey, when they come and they say, I'm sorry, my car's dirty, I said, I don't care if it's covered with bird crap. You know, it makes no difference to me. It's your car. I'm just going to fix it. I'd rather have a dirty car because it might get dirty while I'm working on it. You're better off to clean it after I fix it than before. Stephanie Ramon says, I have a Honda Civic LX05. It makes a loud metal-to-metal sound. Well, I need a little more description to figure out what it is. Whenever you have a sound, you have to decipher where is that sound coming from. If it's metal to metal in the engine, that's bad news. That means your engine's wearing out. Or something like your water pump's breaking and that'll rattle. So you have to decipher where the noise is coming from. Hopefully it'll make it when it's just sitting there idling so you can open the hood or jack it up, crawl under it. If it isn't, and it only makes it when you're driving, I have a video for that that's called How to Find the Source of Noises in Your Car. Watch that, and that'll show you how you can find where they're coming from. You have to pinpoint it first. Atticus Winfield says, Scotty, my friend is a 98 Ford Explorer. His top brake light works, but the sides don't. Fuses are okay and bulbs are good. Please help. So what you want to do with the side ones, check the grounds. A lot of times the ground wires go bad back there, and they don't send ground wires to the back ones. Also, realize that there's a separate circuit. One powers the third light, and the other powers the brake lights. So check the wiring going inside the trunk there to see if something has knocked them off. A lot of times somebody will hit something, golf clubs or something, and knock that wire off or split the wire. So check inside the trunk because the top part's working, so your brake switch is working, but you got to check all the wiring going to those back ones.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.